Oh, what a day! What a lovely day!
Welcome to Flat Earth Debate. I'm your host, Nathan Oakley, and if you're new to this channel, or you have not done so already, be sure to subscribe and hit the bell notification icon to keep up to date with the Flat Earth Debate. If you would like to support this channel, there is a super chat that runs alongside each of these shows while they're live, and a PayPal link in the info box below the video once it's rendered. Most importantly though, if you would like to join the discussion, simply mute the page you are currently watching, then click the link in the info box below this video to join the panel and express your views on the shape of the Earth. If you do join, please don't swear. If you do, you'll be ejected, and if you are, please don't try to rejoin the stream using sock accounts. You'll be warmly welcomed back on the next stream. Please also share the show. Sharing the show increases the live audience, of course, but this in turn increases the chances of a more diverse panel. So please share the show. And one last time, if you are new to the channel or you've not done so already, be sure to subscribe and hit the bell notification icon to keep up to date with the Flat Earth Debate. Now, we are joined by Unorthodox, The Plain Truth, Ranty Flat Earth, Jose, John, and Chocolate Saying. Good to have you all.
Hello, hello, hello.
Hello, hello.
Puerto Rico. You.
Hola.
What happened to Nummy Num?
Nummy Num? I haven't seen Nummy Num for a while, but he's around. I see him in chat occasionally. It's always too early for him. Every time he joined the show, when he did join, he was like, oh my god, this is so early.
What time is it there right now for you guys?
It is, well, coming up on 5 o'clock.
Oh, okay. I thought you guys were quite a bit further ahead than that. I'm at 11.
Yeah, it's not
You
about
guys
time.
were-
I know
John was so nice to that guy. That's so out of character. But that's interesting to see. Do you have a history with him, John?
No, I just met him yesterday. He's a very nice man. He's got a good head on his shoulders. I like him
Interesting.
because I know he's not a pretender clown.
How do you know that?
I know it by the first two sentences out of his mouth.
Yeah. What'd he say?
It's a gut feel.
A gut feel?
Yeah.
Mm. Those are quite useful.
Yeah,
A lot of people try to dismiss that.
Mine are generally on point. Not 100%, but they're generally on point.
So
Yeah, I'm just curious. And I was just curious. You're asking for all these concessions from other people. You know, in your 300 plus episodes, have you ever had a concession that you've admitted?
From a baller?
Well, no, you were wanting concessions from ballers, so I'm just curious if you have made any concessions yourself.
Of course. It's a debate show.
I don't remember seeing any. Can you think of any off the top of your head that you've made?
Man. The Isle of Man. That was a concession.
Ireland.
yeah,
What, that he
Ireland,
couldn't
bro.
see it?
That he could see it, and then he conceded that he couldn't.
So
Okay, so
guys, I've been brainstorming
like-
and working in some mathematical equations here, as you can see, and I'm trying to figure out, you know, for the gravity and the constant. Nah, it's bullshit. This is my grandpa's book. He didn't know how to write or read, but I bet if I figure this out, I can make sense of the spinning baller probably.
Indeed.
Jose, that's brilliant.
He got muted. Is he a baller or a flathead?
He's a flat earther.
Oh, that's what I thought.
Long live flat Earth.
All that gibberish on that paper. That's about as good as gravity.
Yeah, I can't really see it.
So have you guys seen the Polar Express train wreck?
Yeah, I saw that.
You know, folks, I don't know. They must not be thinking clearly. You know, if I was a globetard and I looked at that Polar Express and I looked at the code of conduct that there's no scientific instruments allowed, right? Big red flags and friggin' fireworks would start going off, right?
Sounds like a misinformation campaign.
Yeah, it sounds like. I'll
Yeah.
tell you what.
On
I
whose
seen
part,
their
though?
I seen their route. I seen their route. I think I was on Greater Sapiens channel when I was going through his train wrecks, and I looked at the route. Right, the plane was taken, and I started shaking my head. And you know what I said to myself? I said, I want compass readings every 5 minutes. And what do you know? I mean, I said that to myself. I didn't bring that up to anybody else, but I said it to myself. And then what do you know? What a
Well, I don't
what a
think they could. I mean,
sham.
they really couldn't prevent you from doing that, right? You can have your own compass.
I don't think so. We're gonna see.
Taboo Conspiracy did a great video on that, where he pretty much destroyed why he thinks it's a scam. It's just retarded. The rules are
It sounds like a
crazy.
scam.
The route, yeah, but that's the problem, isn't it? Like that as a Glober, that don't strike up a problem for you.
Like I said, it sounds like a disinformation campaign. It doesn't sound legit. Sounds like complete BS. So I don't
Well,
think it's
why would it be BS though? That's the question.
Yeah,
because
like
they're
why?
basically working from your side of the argument. They're trying to make the Globers look bad.
Who's working from my
Who's
side
trying
of
to
the
make
argument?
the who's
Okay,
trying to
Whoever's
make
being
the
the
hold
Globers
on a
look bad? The
second.
Express.
Globers?
Hold on a second. Let's go one at a time here, right? Too many
Yeah.
cooks in the kitchen. So go ahead. Who was that talking to me?
Unorthodox.
Unorthodox. Go ahead.
I just
I
saying
asked you,
it sounds like they're doing a misinformation campaign to try and paint the Globers in a bad light.
who is?
Whoever's doing the Polar Express. I don't know anything about it. I'm just talking from what I've heard you guys say.
Well, it's just a flight. I don't know who they would be. You're talking about the airline?
Well, so who's coming in saying there's no scientific devices
They are.
allowed?
They are.
It's in their. They are.
The flight?
Yeah.
Yeah, the flight.
The website on the flight. Yeah.
Do you guys have a link? that you
It's like
can
all over
share?
Flat Earth YouTube at the moment. You haven't got to look very far to
I just
find
googled
loads of
Polar
information.
Express.
Okay, Celebrate Truth is probably the channel to go to. He was the first to do a big expose on this. So Celebrate Truth, Robbie Davidson's channel. Check him out. He's done a piece on it. So has Taboo Conspiracy more recently in the last day.
Okay. Let me ask you guys this. What do you think about Blue Origin? They're saying they're going to start offering space flights within in 2019.
Who cares? They've told us that we can fly pole to pole, and yet we're also simultaneously told on this seemingly easy to do thing that there's no scientific experimentation allowed. So, you know, let's not veer off that.
Yeah, it sounds like BS. Like I said, I don't know anything about it. I can't really speak on it. I just know
it's
that
going to be
from
postponed. Probably 5 or 10 more years.
Apparently,
The space
these
flights?
guys want to have a flight to kind of go around the poles, and the same
They're
people
going to keep
who
getting
are
postponed
holding
like
this
it's been
flight,
happening for 20 years.
the same people who are holding this flight for whoever wants to pay for it, are telling
Can you
people
stop
that
that?
they can't come on. Yeah, are telling
Yeah,
people
well,
that they can't come on the flight with any type of scientific experimental gear.
there wouldn't be any experiments
Because-
anyway. So what is? I'd like to know what is scientific equipment? What, like a watch or something?
Yeah, that's it. It's like science is a method, you know, establishing a cause and effect. What's scientific equipment? It's like, you mean technology? No technology allowed on. Well, that's very different to anything to do with science. So why assert the word science in it?
Yeah. And what was their statement? It was like in the code of conduct of the flight that they don't want to have anybody questioning scientific
Trying to-
fact.
Yeah.
What
Trying
was
to disprove scientific fact. Yep.
scientific facts? What pray tell is that? That's what I'd like to know.
They're just doing a flight.
mean,
What needs to be proved or disproved? They just do the flight, right? No big deal. They just go over the poles and no big
Why
deal.
do they claim that?
I mean, from the globe side, like I don't know. I don't see how any of you are cool with that.
Yes,
I
it
can't
sounds like
see
BS.
how- It really does.
I'll tell you
I'm
what,
telling
the
you
price,
from the
the
globe
price
side,
of the flight isn't BS. I'll tell you that. How much is that flight?
in the double-digit thousands.
The Kaiser
19,000,
Schnitzel, get
I
this.
said.
If you were
I'm not even
to
sure.
board this airline, commercial flight would be waiting for you to get aboard with a load of apparatus. Oh, it's gone too fast. Basically, this guy's saying that because people might want to go on and test the shape of the Earth, that's perfect cause to stop people from doing exactly that. Like, that's reasonable. I'm sure you've had dealings with Kaiser Schnitzel.
Are you talking to me, Kaiser Soze?
You read out one of his comments on the last presentation you and I did together.
Yeah, right.
Kaiser Schnitzel. Just see if I can get his exact comment up. Here we go. If you were the airline for this commercial flight and got word that a bunch of flurfers wanting to bring aboard apparati with intent to disprove the globe, you'd come to the same course of action. What an absolute load of crap. Oh, right. Don't let the flat earthers on. They might want to actually disprove the nonsense that we teach people. So, yeah, we've got to put a stop to this quick sharp. Well, you're just flying over a pole, right? What's the big deal? Well,
yeah, they already admitted their guilt, right? That's what blows my mind. By them not allowing it, confirms that it's nonsense. Duh.
Exactly.
It just confirms the people running it are nonsense.
Hey, back to the kind of really quick. Back to the first show. Unorthodox. Are you happy with the teacher's performance, the way he presented the scientific, explanation and stuff? Are you agree with him? Do you think he did an okay job?
He did pretty good. I didn't see all of it, but you didn't really ever come to a conclusion.
Yeah, we did.
So what was the conclusion?
Gravity doesn't exist. That's the conclusion, and he agreed at the end of it.
He didn't say that gravity didn't exist. He said that you can't break down the mechanics at an extremely base level of why.
You can't even define it. You can't define the term.
Well, what do you mean you can't define the term? Things fall, right?
Gravity, yeah, but I could call it, that's just a conjured word. It doesn't have any meaning.
Everything's a conjured word. The entire English language is a conjured word.
Well, certain words have meanings. Bread. Let's use bananas. See, bananas grow on trees. They have complex carbohydrates. They're chock full of potassium. And when you put them in the freezer, B6 is destroyed. That's what makes a banana a banana. Now you go with gravity.
Gravity can be described as mass attracting mass. It can also be described as the warping of space-time, right?
Oh, so both of them, right, exactly, sure. Scientifically validated.
A few ways of understanding. I already did this.
Yeah, you did. You got train wrecked. Like you did.
You guys didn't have any rebuttals.
And that's cool for you that gravity could just have two random.
Yeah, we had a rebuttal.
Just like that.
It was nonsense. Okay. And we showed your friggin' nonsense live on screen.
Let me ask you this. What's the problem with saying that, stuff is attracted to the most massive object around, i.e. the dirt?
Because you're making it up.
Stuff beneath us. Making what up?
You're making it up.
Making what up?
What causes that? Gravity. You're making it up.
No, mass. Mass is what would cause that. Yeah. What's beneath?
Let's get it straight, Orthodox. You failed to prove it yourself because you really failed. Now you're repeating the narrative. You learned it well, and you just believed it, and you're repeating it. So it's okay because you're just following the man with the lab coat. So it's
no,
okay.
I did this myself. I did this myself in engineering school. So I don't just believe somebody. I actually did the experiment myself.
Hey,
I'm sure you did. You don't even know what an experiment is.
You did what?
The Cavendish experiment.
Gravity?
Yeah, right. That wasn't an experiment. We already showed it 10 times.
It's a valid experiment.
Let's hear him. How far did the balls move from the shed in the telescope?
Well, they were in the shed.
I'm not dealing with this gravity
vacuum chamber.
We're not dealing with this gravity again, and there's no natural vacuum.
Gravity
chamber.
is a fact. It's a reality. And
if
you can't admit reality, you're just not worth anything.
I'll leave them to you, Nathan. I'm not dealing with this.
I mean, I can bring it up, and you can tell me what your rebuttal was. I don't remember. The only rebuttal I remember is that you can't use distance as a independent variable. That's the only thing I remember because you said it wasn't physical. I guess you think we live in a simulation.
Distance isn't physical?
I think that gravity is old. Gravity is getting
That's
old.
what John
I
said.
think satellites would be a better subject here. Monortogos, have you
Distance.
seen a satellite besides the so-called ISS?
Distance isn't physical?
Distance
That's
isn't a
what John said.
cause. Distance only
John said
causes
isn't
distance.
physical. He said you couldn't
What?
use distance as a independent variable because it's not physical. So I guess he thinks we live in a simulation.
Yeah, distance is real.
I
but
know.
it
The only way
only
you can make that
causes
argument is
distance.
arguing that we don't live in a physical world.
Yeah. but that's the
Unorthodox.
only way.
You said you did the Cavendish experiment.
Yes.
So you did that. You
Yes.
filmed that.
No, I
Can you
was
show us
a
that?
freshman in engineering school. They do it in almost every university throughout the world.
Yeah.
It's-
Really? They hang balls
yeah.
from
Yeah.
shed.
No, they don't hang them. They
Yes.
set them on a torsion.
They what?
Explain how you did it to him. They don't understand.
You basically
Yeah,
just
please.
have it's a clever setup where it's set. You have basically two arms, and you have a pivot point in the middle, and on one arm are large iron balls, and then because they're non-magnetic, and then you have smaller iron balls on the other bar, and you can set it up in a way that if you know the spring constant, that you can get the big G out of it. You can get the gravitational constant. You just have to know the period. And we even did it in a vacuum chamber. We had a pretty nice setup at the University of Kentucky. And, once you put it in a vacuum chamber and you can actually measure the magnetic field in the room, you can even put it in a Faraday cage. And,
Yes. And what is a Faraday? Explain to them what a Faraday cage does. They don't know what that does.
What the hell are you talking about? Why are you saying we don't understand what a Faraday cage is, you cheeky shit? What the hell is your problem? Don't assert what we do and don't know. Yeah?
Do you know what he meant by period?
Brenda, what the hell is wrong with you?
Do you know what he meant by period?
Are you out of your mind? Are you out of your mind? Can you let me
Explain
talk?
to them what you meant by the period.
The time it takes for the balls to basically touch, and then it'll go back because of the momentum.
Yeah.
Of them hitting together, they'll touch and then they'll go back. And if you know the period, and you know you basically know everything except big G, and you can derive that from that. It's really, it's a very clever setup.
How did you take the original big G out of the equation?
You derive it. It's been a while.
How did you negate Earth's gravity out of that experiment?
Because you set it up perpendicular to gravity in the same way that I was going to show.
How is gravity not still affecting that?
Because if you have let's just imagine a bicycle wheel setting basically on the ground, right?
I don't want to imagine anything.
Then you're not going to be able to understand this if you can't use your imagination.
Oh, exactly.
That's what we do.
That's the trick, right? Imagine this. Don't actually test or measure. Imagine.
No, they actually did.
Thank you very much for saying that.
In order to understand things, you have to use your imagination, right? That's what we do. We created the entire world around us via our imagination. We imagine these ideas. We prove them to be true.
The exact same way I'm told.
Based on those imagined ideas that were proved to be true.
No, you don't imagine things. You observe things, phenomena, and then you test the cause of that phenomena using something called the scientific method. That's what you do. You don't imagine.
Nathan doesn't understand the scientific method.
Here we go again. Brenda the asshole has decided to assert what people do and do not know. Lovely. How nice. Maybe you can tell us what a period is, Brenda. Do you think you could do that? Describe a period for me?
That's something that the period is something that you have every month, Nathan.
Oh, really? What about you? Do you have them?
I think it's more like every day, Brenda. For Nathan.
So can you describe it? Can you describe it for me, Brenda?
The period is the time of oscillation between two states.
Is that what I have every day? What were you referring to? I don't really understand. Is that something that I have all the time? I don't really understand what that means.
Is the oscillation time between
That's not something I have every day. You said it's something I have every day. Did you not say it's something I have every day? What were you referring to, Brenda?
Your grumpiness, basically.
Grumpiness, period. I don't really understand. Maybe Brenda can explain this to me.
Oh, come on,
It's
Nathan.
the
Don't
length
play
of
for it.
it's the length of time between two states in a system.
That doesn't associate
it's
with
not
anything
like-
that I would experience or be, a state of being. I don't understand how that associates to me, Brenda. Can you explain that, please?
Yeah, whatever, Nathan.
No. I would like you to explain your assertion that that's how I get and what you mean by that. I don't understand the definition of the word period. And I would like you, who says that I am like that,
It's a
to explain what you mean.
Of oscillation.
I don't act like a period of oscillation weekly, do I? So explain what you mean. It doesn't make any
No,
sense.
it's more like every 5 minutes, Nathan.
This guy seems to understand.
It's the oscillation between you being simply quiet and being being upset and being dickish.
Really? I just don't understand how an oscillating period, time-wise, is a period that you could associate to me regularly. I don't understand that.
Because you oscillate between being pissed off and grumpy, and simply being less so.
These are new terms, pissed off and grumpy.
Period, the period is the length of time between the two states in the system that is Nathan Oakley.
Really? Between pissed off and grumpy? So period of oscillation. So period means a period of oscillation specifically associated to Nathan. That's what period means, does it? That was what the context of your word period was it, Brenda?
Unless for you it's just cunt all the time instead of just.
Come on, Brenda, you're looking to get kicked out. Is that what you came for, to get kicked out?
That's not really
no.
a cuss word, though, is it?
No, I did.
It seems like Brenda doesn't know what a period is. I wonder why Brenda does not know what a period is. Yeah, we can all be assholes here and assert what people don't know, don't we? We can all do that, Brenda. I can assert what you definitely do not know anything about, and you don't know what a period is, do you, Brenda?
You don't know what the scientific.
You don't know what a period is, do you, Brenda?
You just told her not to assert what you don't know.
Have you ever experienced one, Brenda? Have you ever experienced a period?
No, I haven't, Nathan.
Right, how the hell do you know what one is then? You don't know what one is, and I don't know what one is, do you, Brenda? Let's not talk about things we don't know. You don't know what I know, but I know what you don't know, don't I, Brenda?
Well, I know one thing.
You don't know what a period is. Let's get it clear.
Method.
Yeah? So let's not talk about periods, okay? You want to be an asshole? You want to be an asshole? I'll be an asshole. Don't tell me what I do and don't know. Definitely don't tell my audience what I do and don't know. Because I'll tell them what you don't know, Brenda. You don't know what a period is, do you? And you never will, Brenda. Yeah? You want to be an asshole? I'll tell you what you don't know. You don't know what a period is, and you never will, Brenda. Clear?
I do know what a period is.
No, you don't, because you will never, ever, ever experience one. That's not physically and biologically possible for you now, is it, Brenda?
Then I was correct when I said you don't know what a period is, don't you?
Neither do you.
Isn't that correct?
No, neither do you.
You don't know what a period is
and
either,
neither do you. And you never will.
Do you know what a period is, Nathan?
You never will know, will you, Brenda?
You
want to be an asshole here, Brenda? I can be an asshole all day. You want to tell my audience what I know? I'll tell my audience that Brenda does not know what a period is and never, ever will. As much as she might want to know what a period is like, she won't.
Nathan, nobody believes that statement is true. Okay?
Really?
I mean, you're just asserting some random thing.
Really?
I mean,
Brenda, what's it like to experience a period?
I mean, that's just a silly...
Shut up! Shut up!
obfuscation.
Shut up! Brenda wants to be an asshole on my show, so I'll be an asshole to her. What's it like to experience...
You're always an asshole, Nathan.
I'm being an asshole to you right now. Yeah? You want to be an asshole and tell my audience what I know? I will humiliate you for the base...
How are you humiliating me?
Because you... you, madam... don't know what a period is, do you? You've never experienced one, have you, madam?
I'm not. It's not a secret.
Excuse me.
Why do you think it's a
Excuse me, madam. You don't know and have never experienced a period, have you?
Of course not.
What, Nate?
Right. Yeah? So don't tell me what a period is. You, madam, have never ever experienced one, and you never, ever will.
Nobody cares, Nathan.
Yeah, I care.
Just demonstrating your callousness.
I've got a question.
Yeah, you're the one talking about periods, and I'm telling you, you never ever will experience one. No matter how much you want to, you'll never know. Like I'll never know. You'll never know, madam, what a period is. You understand me, madam? What a period is, you'll never know. Okay?
So
don't ever tell my audience what I know, because I'll tell them what you don't know. And you don't know what a period is, and you never will. Never tell my audience what I know, Brenda. I hope this is coming through clear enough for you.
Nathan, there's currently 600 plus hours of you talking online. So we pretty much have a good idea of what you know and what you don't know.
Really, I know that Brenda doesn't know what a period is, and she never ever will. Will she? Would you disagree?
I've been upfront about my identity from day one.
I couldn't give a crap. You're telling my audience what I know. So if you do it again, I'll tell them what you don't know. And I know what you don't know, don't I, Brenda?
No, you don't.
Yeah, I do. I know for a fact that you do not know what a period is, and you never, ever, ever will.
I know. Neither will you.
No, I will.
No, you won't.
Yeah, I will.
You will, Nathan?
You're
Yeah,
gonna
I'll
know
find
what
out the
period is
definition.
when
It's just a
Reincarnated as a woman?
I don't understand. I've asked her to define it, some period of time between something or other. I'm sure I could look it up. Right, Brenda?
That's not what you're talking about, Nathan.
Yeah, I can
You're
just
saying
read all about it.
reincarnated as
I
a
don't know.
woman.
I've asked Brenda to tell me
Basically
what she
saying
was
you can be-
talking about when she tried to define me as being moody or something. I never really got any explanation for that. We're just trying to tie down terms here, aren't we?
I don't think women enjoy periods anyway, Nathan, so it's not like...
What are you talking about?
It's not
anything.
It's not.
What are you talking about?
It's
You guys
mediated
are
somewhat.
so stupid. You don't even
Well,
realize what Nathan just did to y'all.
Yeah, just
Tell
don't
us
be an
what you
asshole
guys
here,
are.
Brenda. It's
You
simple.
didn't do anything.
Don't
You
be
didn't
an
do
asshole.
anything. You didn't embarrass me
okay.
because I've
Don't
been
be
out
an
on
I'd
my
like to
asshole.
share
day
some
one.
evidence. I've got some evidence. I don't know. You guys could argue, but anyone coming on Nathan Oakley's show should not be telling him what he does and doesn't know.
Why?
Because it's not fair. It's not reasonable. Like I'm being totally unreasonable to you now, Brenda. Yeah, that's not what you do. That's not reasonable behaviour. To say that I know Brenda doesn't know quantum physics. I have no idea what you know about quantum physics, but I'm not going to assert that you don't know it, which is what you're doing.
Yeah, but she doesn't have 650 hours of a podcast online, Nathan.
So what? Does that mean she knows the entirety of the contents of my head, unorthodox?
Well, most of it.
Oh, really? I don't think so.
Well,
You've been online for about 2 hours, unorthodox, so that means I definitely know you inside and out.
Well, if I had 650 hours of me talking, maybe...
Yeah, and I say if you had 2 hours, I know you inside out. Doesn't matter about the quantity of time. I say you can be figured out in about 30 seconds. Doesn't matter. 30 seconds, I know you inside out, mate. I've seen 10 seconds of footage with you on it, so I know you, mate. I know you inside out.
Perfectly
Sorry, I was
logical
practicing
statement.
on my phone. I think I removed Brenda not really by mistake, but she just pissed me off. Sorry about that.
Oh, come on, man.
Brenda's
It
been
was just
sniped.
obfuscation. It was
Oh,
no
dear.
sense to have it here.
Nathan, if I could screen share, I'd like to share something, Nathan, by any chance.
Do what you want.
Just some interesting evidence.
I can't control what you do. Do whatever you like.
Yeah, if you're presenting your slideshow, I won't be able to share.
Oh,
That's
right.
all
Yeah,
I'm
sure. You want to present something? Sure. I understand. Yeah, go ahead.
And the other question that I had was, instead of us just attacking Ranty all the time, if you guys, I wondered if you guys could ever do a live stream from the Isle of Man footage spot. That would be great. That's all we need. And then just, show us your P900 on the windmills, because I've never seen any footage like that. And I guess it's not getting me anywhere to continue to just harass you guys.
Sorry,
CGI,
you've not seen
CGI.
that footage? Well, have you looked at P900 Coolpix channel? She makes almost identical footage to Ranty.
I've looked at it a bit, but I'll look more into that. But we would all love to see a live footage from
Sorry,
there.
did
I'm
you
not
say you'd-
disputing
hold-
that you're
hold
seeing
on,
the Isle of Man.
Hold on. Did you say you'd looked at it a bit, or you haven't looked at it?
I feel an apology coming, Nathan.
Well,
at
we'll
some
see
point.
how this goes. He's just said he's looked at P900 Coolpix, which is Sandra's channel. Excellent channel. Subscribe to Sandra if you're not already. P900 Coolpix is her channel name. You're saying you have looked at that?
Not much. One day, I think.
Sorry,
that
not
she
not
said,
much.
"Look,"
You've given me the same answer, Ron.
not-
So is that a yes or a no? Not much is yes, right?
Yes.
So you have seen that somebody else has done almost identical footage to Ranty of those turbines in the same framing, same look.
No, I haven't seen that video, but I'll look. If you give me the link in the side
But
chat,
they're
I
all
will
that
look.
video. That's what she
Has
does.
about
What do you
30
mean?
videos,
That's what they
40
all are.
videos.
That's what her videos are.
Okay, interesting. If you put the link, I will go and look.
But you've just said you've looked at it a little bit. So is that are you now saying that you've lied and you haven't looked at it because that's what her videos are?
That's not what I'm saying.
So
I'm not
that's
here to
why I
fight
tried
with
to
you
get
guys.
clarity, Ron. Have you looked at it or not?
Not that video, no. Or
So
I
you
would
have
be
looked
able to
at
comment on it.
some videos on Sandra's channel. Just getting silence.
Yeah. If you put the link in the side
No,
chat,
I'm not
definitely
offering a
investigate it.
link. I'm trying to establish if you've looked at Sandra's channel or not.
Yeah, one day I went to it and watched a video, but I can't recall seeing the windmill footage. So that's my answer.
Right. Ranty, can you do me a favour?
Yeah.
Can you bring up Sandra's channel?
Yeah, just one sec.
But I still would like to screen share something else after we discuss
You've
this,
accused Ranty
please.
of faking something, right? And I've asked you if you have seen a channel that produces almost identical footage. You've said that you have, but you haven't seen that video. So let's have a little look at Sandra's channel and how it actually presents itself and see if that's right. So literally second thumbnail. Hold on, Ron. Hold on, mate. Second thumbnail. It's got a picture of those turbines. Do you see them?
I can play the video. She allows us to play.
Yeah, sure. Share the video. That's great.
Well, there it is. There's lots of these on her channel.
That's interesting. I definitely see perspective at play. And on the right of the image, I see something close to the water line. If she could zoom in on that, that would have been great. But are the windmills at different heights?
Who cares? You've accused Ranty of faking footage, which is basically the same footage, but from a different person at a different time, right? Now you're asking us questions and are on mute. What gives?
Well, I don't see any windmills that are in the water.
Well, these ones on the right.
What the hell are you talking about? They're literally in water.
I'm talking about the blade spinning section.
Okay, well, hang on. You will do. You'll see them in a moment. This one at the back is gracing the water. Look for it to pan over at some point so we can see.
Well, what my question was just that you could live stream from there. That's all. Because it's
Ron,
great. It's great
Ron,
evidence.
Ron,
the Isle of Man
Ron,
observation is.
Ron, hello. Somebody else is producing. Stop.
Yeah, there was one. Sorry. That one in the background there.
There we go. Yeah.
That one there.
Right.
That one in the background there.
So yes, you could zoom in on it further. So what's your objection now?
Well, that windmill, the appearance of it does look smaller than the ones in the front.
Right, you said there was no windmills that were cresting the water, which is your accusation of Ranty faking stuff, right?
Well, his footage is a lot different than this, and that's why I was
asking.
No,
it's not. Your objection was that there wasn't... Hold on. Your objection was there was no windmill cresting the water. There's a windmill cresting the water. You're just on mute. Why are you sat on mute?
I'm looking at the footage.
Here. What about this one there?
It's interesting, that's for sure. It's something I've never seen before, and it doesn't really match with.
So what?
I would
you
expect.
Haven't seen something, and you've accused somebody of fakery and made umpteen live streams about Ranty. You complete asshole.
I haven't made umpteen live streams.
You and your asshole friend with the beard. You and your asshole friend have made umpteen live streams about Ranty faking this. Where the hell's your apology? Not interesting. Sorry, Ranty. We were completely wrong. I've just never seen it before.
I'd still like to see Ranty's where he took that footage.
I don't give a shit what you want. You will apologise for your incorrect assertion that he's faking it based on your idiocy and having never seen it before, which is what we've just established. You complete dick.
Pause.
Why are you on mute? Why aren't you apologising?
I'm not here to play your games, bro.
Games? You have accused somebody of being a fraud, you complete asshole.
Well, this doesn't
you
match.
guys do that all the time.
This doesn't match any perspective or any evidence that I've ever.
It matches Ranty's footage, asshole. The guy you've accused of faking it based on wind turbines cresting the water, which has absolutely been caught by somebody else, independent of Ranty. Why aren't you apologising? Do you call yourself a Christian? Can you not admit that you're wrong?
I'm still not completed my research on this topic.
Research? He's done the same as Sandra. You said you'd looked at this channel. What kind of researcher looks at a channel with a thumbnail of the exact thing you're accusing him of faking and doesn't look at the rest of the channel or spend more than 5 minutes? It's taken us 30 seconds on this channel to find something identical to what you're accusing Ranty of faking. Why aren't you just apologising?
Well, my first question is,
don't ask any questions, you complete asshole. Just say sorry.
Wow.
Don't laugh at me, you complete fat cunt. Get out of my hangout. How dare you? You complete asshole. You are not a Christian. You are a monster. How dare you laugh? Get out.
What's an asshole? What a dick.
These people think they're Christians. They are nothing more than monsters who go around accusing people, and when they are caught out, they laugh. You are a monster. You deserve to be the fat glutton that you are.
Jeez, Nathan, you're getting a little rough today, buddy.
Yeah, when I deal with assholes, yeah, that's what I do.
Get rough? Hey, have you heard about these YouTubers boxing, KSI and Logan Paul? Maybe me and you could box, Nathan. What do you think about that? So we could have a big event. We could box.
Unorthodox. Unorthodox. You think it's cool that this guy came in here and accused Ranty of doing something like that?
Well, I mean, you guys accuse people of faking stuff all the time, so I really don't see why you get so upset when somebody does it to you.
Yeah, when we get shown to be wrong, yeah, we have to go cap in hand apologising. And when we do so, we get told by other assholes that we haven't made enough concessions or they can't find them fast enough. Yeah, we make concessions when we get stuff wrong. It then gets held against us at nausea, all the things these guys have got wrong, because we have conceded them. Yeah, when you get something wrong, you just assert it again after 10 minutes of asserting why you're wrong, how you're wrong, and disproving it time and time again. You'll come in after leaving in the comments that you've actually been victorious because you two are an asshole, and you'll come in and assert the same thing. You've done it today. Like you've done a million times before because you're an asshole.
You guys have only made one concession in 300 plus episodes, Nathan.
Oh, right. So we've made a concession. You assholes never make any concessions. And Ron is equally a big, massive asshole. He claimed that he'd never seen it before. He claimed that it was faked because he'd never seen it before. When he saw it again, he said, I need to do more investigation. When I said, just apologise, you're wrong, he laughed. That just makes him a massive asshole.
Yeah,
well,
that guy was
okay. Well, I don't know what to say about that. But I made a concession, not yesterday, but the day before on your show, about a misconception on the Glober's part, on the Glober's behalf, about the container argument. That
so you say we accuse people of faking evidence. Let's say the shots of the Earth from space. How can we go there? How can we independently, take pictures of that when we find so many discrepancies between one picture and another? Now, Ranty's observation, Sleeping Water's observation, you can go there. You know exactly where they are. You're shown in Google Maps. You're shown in real time what they do. You can go there. You can do it yourself. That's the difference between the picture we say are fake versus the real deal where you can go and do yourself.
Was there anything preventing you from becoming an astronaut? Like you can go to school, you can get a degree, you can become, you can train to become an astronaut. You could verify that.
You can launch an amateur satellite.
The best you can.
Yeah, you could come up with some money and you could pay to have a satellite put up. Right? Yeah, I mean, you can verify these things yourself. They're not easy.
So I can go tomorrow. I can go next year to do it, to take pictures myself, right?
No, it takes a lot of time. You have to become, some kind of probably PhD to become an astronaut, I would imagine.
Okay, so I have so I had to learn. So I had to memorize all the big books and all the paradigm and all the stories, and then I can become an astronaut. Because if I don't agree with one point they say, I just have to memorize it and repeat it in the exam. Because if I say something different, I'm not going to pass, right? I'm not going to make it.
Well, just wait until after you're done. And then once you're an astronaut and you've been to space, or once you're an astronaut, before you go to space, you can start rebutting their claims, because you don't want to do it in the middle of the whole process because they'll kick you out. That's exactly right. So, I mean.
Exactly. So we are not allowed to have independent thoughts and questions in the process. We just have to take it all out.
They couldn't necessarily kick you out of university. You have to, violate some code of their ethics or something. What about Blue Origin, right? They're fixing to start doing space flights. You could possibly go do that.
Yeah, they have been postponed for over 20 years. Not exactly that one, but for instance, Richard Branson. Everything is being postponed. We're never gonna see that in our lifetime, brother. Never.
Well, what if we do though? What if next year they come out and they say we're doing space flights? Would you go?
Let's wait. Oh, I'll go. I don't have the money, the economic, but if I get a chance, I'll go. But my prediction is it's never gonna happen because it hasn't happened yet.
You know how much money Jeff Bezos has? He has like $120 billion. He has an absolutely astronomical amount of money. He's saying.
Nice for him.
Well, I'm just saying the point is that, he has so much money that in order to burn through some of it, he's going to do space flights because he couldn't spend that money in any other way because space flight is like the most expensive endeavor. But he's worth a crazy amount of money, man. $120 billion. I remember reading somewhere he makes like $247 million a day, which is just ridiculous.
Okay, so can I show some of the things I have been working on, not necessarily related to the flat Earth, but related to many conspiracies surrounding it, like the moon hoax and just the general space flight hoax.
You have to ask Nathan.
Do what you like. I'm not going to stop you.
Well, you got to present him.
Okay. So first, I would just like to show some of the photos I've been taking.
It's me. Don't kick me.
And
This
one is especially nice because you can really see the Earth sign on this photo before it adjusts the exposure. I don't have a proper image viewer to view these raw files, unfortunately. But these photos are still, I think, really. But these photos are still, I think, really. Oh, I have an echo. Why is that? I don't know. Oh, I gotta go. I'll see you guys later. Bye.
Well, thank you.
Uh-oh.
Short and sweet. Thank you for showing.
His old lady piped up, and it didn't take him 5 seconds. I gotta go.
Yeah, dinner is ready.
Oh, okay, I'm just making.
She who must be obeyed. You go to the wife.
Don't take me seriously.
Yeah, the wife takes priority for certain.
Yeah, I mean, I get that, right?
I
would like to present something that I've been working on as well. Can you present me?
Depends. Was it the experiment that we just took apart a couple of days ago?
I did this just for you guys. I spent about an hour on this.
What is it?
Don't kick me. Don't kick me.
Hello.
Hi. What's up, guys? Anyway, go ahead.
Go on then.
Yeah, I was wondering to present some slides I made that I worked on after talking to you guys the other day. It's just 2 short slides. It should only take about 5 minutes.
Go ahead.
Everybody's got to click on me to see.
Can someone get troll account
share
out?
my screen, right? Let's see here.
Can we have some of the members of the audience join? That'd be really handy.
Share. I'm unorthodox. The black and white picture.
Be handy if we could get a couple of members of the audience to join just to stop the trolls. Hi Milo, my bad. Right, ready when you are, unorthodox. Just get whatever you want to share up.
I hate trolls.
You can't get away from them online. That's for certain.
Right, you're up.
Can everybody see this image? It's a slide of just text.
Got it. Yeah, you're up.
Okay. So I was talking to you guys about this it's actually centrifugal force is the force you guys are talking about in correlation with the Earth spinning. So I came up, I refined my method and my thoughts a little bit here into this format. And so I was wanting to present this experiment on your show, the centrifugal force experiment. I took momentum out of the equation, so we can talk about just these terms, right? So number one, is the observed phenomenon. Objects slide off of rotating bodies. Number 2, you ask why. You ask a question. Why do objects slide off of rotating bodies? Number 3 is my hypothesis. If an object moves when a body rotates, then the movement has a relationship to the angular speed of the rotating object. All right. So now I'm going to propose an experiment. The proposed experiment, you vary the angular velocity of any object. To fix it to a scale, place perpendicular to gravity, and vary the angular speed to assess the relationship. And I've come up with an equation for this experiment to determine if this relationship is true. And so this is what I was wanting to do. So this is the proposed experimental relationship equation. It's just F equals mass times the radius times the angular velocity squared. Mass is in kilograms, radius is in meters. Angular velocity, we can do it in revolutions per day or however you want to do it. So, and then you can vary the angular velocity. However, you can go through this process with each of the variables for the purposes of isolations. I was wanting to do this on the show. I was thinking of an apparatus to set this up so I can show you guys that, if the Earth is in fact a spinning ball, that the centrifugal force is so small that it's really negligible. And hoping that in doing that, maybe I can get a concession, and you guys specifically that didn't prove or disprove flat Earth, didn't prove or disprove globe Earth. It's just kind of like a little caveat that you guys talk about. So I picked something specifically that didn't prove or disprove the other one to kind of see if I can get you guys to concede a point to show that you're intellectually honest.
Nobody's disputing centrifugal force.
Well, not necessarily just the centrifugal force, just that, if the Earth is spinning, that the heavy stuff should be at the top of the atmosphere instead of at the bottom.
Yeah. So if you were to scale it up, are you saying that you can control the spinning Earth as your independent variable?
No.
Right, so it doesn't prove anything to do with spinning Earth. Let's just get that clear. Nobody disputes centrifugal force.
Well, I'm not disputing centrifugal force.
Right,
I'm just disputing
you're trying to prove it with an experiment.
Well, that's what I was wanting to do. I have to set this up.
Right, but nobody's disputing it. You've just said it. So what's the point of proving it with an experiment if nobody's disputing it?
Well, you are disputing it. You're saying that
I'm disputing that the Earth spins, not centrifugal force. This is like Coriolis effect. None of us dispute Coriolis effect. We dispute that the Earth has a Coriolis effect because it spins. It doesn't.
Exactly. So that's what this is kind of this hones on that point. It's basically showing that your idea of what's going on is wrong, and that if the Earth is in fact spinning, that it will throw things, heavier objects, up into the atmosphere.
But you're not going to be doing that with the Earth, are you?
I've
just asked you this, and you've ignored me. This is what happens unorthodox. Now you will talk incessantly while I point it out for a second time, probably a third time, with you now talking over me. So I've pointed it out. You're not going to get to the stage where you can vary the spin of the Earth as your independent variable, and nobody's...
I don't have to.
Oh, so you are going to talk all over me. Well, you're trying to prove that the Earth spins, aren't you?
No.
Oh, well then what's the point of all this then, unorthodox?
I've just told you. The point is just that, your idea that on the spinning ball Earth model...
You've just said you weren't trying to prove this. Why are you now talking about what's on a model of it?
Because you say that our model is wrong.
I don't give a crap what your model does. We're talking about Earth and what it actually does. Who cares what your model does?
Because it proves the point that
No, it proves nothing. It's pseudoscience.
Do what?
Proves nothing.
What do you mean? I mean, this is physical objects. I'm going to do an experiment live.
No,
like
you're doing it and comparing it to a model of Earth.
Yes, you say our model is wrong.
Right. I don't give a crap how your experiment compares to a model. Who cares?
Do what?
Who cares?
Well, I'm just trying to show that you guys are intellectually honest and you'll concede the point.
What, about centrifugal force? Nobody is disputing it.
You're misconstruing my point, Nathan.
Yeah, you're trying to extrapolate out an experiment about centrifugal force and then say that's to do with the Earth and it's spinning. Well, you're never going to get to the stage where you can have any independent variable that is Earth spin. So all you're going to do is trying to do a little dance to extrapolate out what you show in some circus experiment like Cavendish, how it extrapolates out to something like spinning ball or gravity or space or some other nonsense. It's just an extrapolation that you will make. It's a leap of faith. That's all you have. Faith, belief, nothing
No, I'm not making a leap of
scientific.
faith.
It's not
I'm
scientific
saying
proof of
that
a spinning
your
ball Earth, is
idea
it?
of how the model works is wrong.
It's a model. Who cares? It's just a
Well,
model.
You're disputing the model, Nathan. That's
Yeah,
your whole thing.
I
You
am.
dispute the
I'm not.
model.
I
I'm
don't
telling
care
you
what
that
your model does.
You're misunderstanding
it's just a model.
Can I say something? I
Sure.
think Nathan. I think he's trying to get you guys to a point where you're not arguing against a straw man of our model.
You're the one talking about the bloody model. He's saying you should compare this experiment to a model, Milo. What's your problem?
No. He's
You
saying
mean,
that
no.
when you guys argue.
Yes, he's saying that we should compare an experiment to a model. Are you deaf?
Well,
let Milo finish.
You know what a straw man is?
He's the
And
one
you know,
making the argument. Why are you telling me this?
No,
Because you have a straw man. You're making a straw man argument, Nathan.
When you argue,
We don't live on a model. Unless you can prove that we live on a model, I don't give a crap how your experiment compares to said model. We don't live on a model. This is not a straw man. This is a fact.
no, but when you argue against the model,
I'm not arguing against the model. That's the point. I'm saying
you're
it's
not.
just a model.
don't.
I'm not going
not.
to argue against a model. That's not where we live, Milo. You listening?
so the model of the globe Earth is
Not the model. How many times, Milo, try to open your ears and listen? I'm not arguing against a model. I'm talking about the real world.
So what are you arguing against?
Me, I'm not putting forward an argument. This dickhead is putting forward a model.
So you don't disagree with the spinning globe?
Oh my god. The spinning globe is a model. Model.
Yes, the spinning globe has a lot of ideas within the framework of that model.
Well, that's lovely. We don't live on an ideal framework. We live on Earth, idiots.
So,
yes, spinning ball, infinite space.
So, who cares what a model does? You can tell me all about what a train track does, a model train. It's not where I live. Who cares? It's just a model.
I mean, but do you want to continue arguing a straw man, or do you want to understand our position?
What do you think my straw man is, Milo?
Well, he's trying to expose that right now with this experiment.
You tell me. You've said it 3 times. Straw man. What straw man? You tell me what straw man is going on here. What's the argument that I have built up to knock down that's nothing to do with his argument? Explain it to me.
That's a good question. Go ahead, unorthodox.
Okay, you guys have
Shut up.
a bunch of
Unorthodox.
You guys
Shut
have a bunch
up.
Of points.
Shut
what?
up. Milo.
What?
Explain the straw man argument that's going on here. Explain it to me.
This is unorthodox experiment.
Yes, it's my argument. So
Shut
let me
up.
tell you what's
I'm asking
going on here.
Milo, who has... Shut up,
was
unorthodox. Milo has asserted that I am attacking a straw man. I want him to explain what straw man I'm attacking. Go ahead, Milo.
That's unorthodox position. That's what I was just explaining his experiment. Why?
No, you accused me of attacking a straw man for the 3rd time. Don't try and dance around it. Explain it.
I can't defend his position. It's his
Not
position.
his position. You accused me of using a straw man 3 times.
Right.
What do you mean, right?
Okay.
Explain it.
And you can't back that up at all.
Don't laugh, you unbelievable asshole. Explain why you've accused me falsely of producing strawman arguments.
Well, when you guys argue against our position, you're arguing against a misunderstanding of it. So that's.
Do you even know
What
what
is
you're
it?
talking about?
Support
Or
your
did
claim.
you just come in here just to back him up because he's
What
a
is
fellow
the
global?
straw man?
No,
Right.
Do you guys even know what you're saying?
Doesn't even know what a strawman is. The guy is a complete
You
idiot.
guys don't even you don't make any sense. You don't make any sense, guys.
Can I say something? I think you guys are accusing Nathan of using a straw man. He's not using a straw man. He's saying that you don't have real sufficient proof for your claims. You don't have real sufficient proof
First
that
of
the
all,
world is spinning or wobbling.
So he's
Prove
not
the wobble.
So he's not saying it's impossible that we can be living on a spinning globe. That's not what he's saying, right?
Spinning globe
That
is
you guys
a
keep bringing
model.
up a model. We don't live on a model.
No, but hold up. you guys aren't saying that it's impossible that that we could be living on a spinning globe, right?
How many times? I've said this about 5 times. It is impossible to live on a model.
Okay, is it impossible to live on a spinning globe?
We don't live on a spinning globe. The spinning globe is a model.
Nathan, that's a straw man right there, dude.
No, the globe is a model.
That's what science does. It makes models to make predictions.
No, science establishes cause and effect relationships. How many times do I have to go through this with intellectually retarded idiots like an orthodox?
Hold on, I'll tell you what the straw man is, okay?
No, you've just asserted something, yeah, about science, you complete buffoon. And you are wrong. You won't concede, you'll now try and explain the straw man. Get onto the argument that I've actually tried to get you on for the last 5 minutes when you make a false assertion, rather than actually retracting your false assertion about what science is. Right, unorthodox?
Do what? Say that again?
Retract what you have said, your utter nonsense about what you think science is.
That science it makes models in a lot of cases.
No, it doesn't. Science does not make models, you unbelievable idiot.
So the standard model of particles...
I don't care. We don't live on
Our entire
a
understanding
model.
of how physics works and the world works called the standard model.
I don't care. We don't live on a model.
No, we live on the globe, Nathan, and a
No,
model.
we don't. The globe is a model. How many times do I have to say it? Globe model. Not we live on a globe. You've got a model called the globe model.
Straw man.
That's not where we live.
Let's see this
That's
model.
just a model.
Straw man.
Share your screen, unorthodox. Show us this.
This is what you guys sound like.
Let's see it.
My house is a model, but is a model of my house. You understand? I don't live in a model, but there is a model of my house.
So
we don't want to listen unless you got your straw man claim to support. We don't want to hear anything else from you. Unorthodox. We want to see this model.
You want to see this model? Okay, share my
Yeah,
screen.
I want to see the globe model.
Share my screen. And you'll see the model.
All right.
You see it? There's the globe right
toys,
there.
bro.
The prosecution rests.
You really just pulled up toys, bro?
I mean, it's a model of the globe Earth, is it not?
So hold up. So do we live on a physical thing, or do we not live on a physical thing?
Do we live on a plastic ball?
How many times am I going to say this to Milo? Milo, Milo,
We
hello,
asked you guys
Milo,
to pull up
listen,
your
listen.
model. This is
He's
what
just
came
asked,
up with.
Milo, you've just asked if we live on a physical thing, and now you won't shut up. Do we live on a physical thing? Yes, we live on a physical thing.
So
Hold
if
on,
we knew what,
hold on. The globe is not a physical thing, it's a model.
Okay, hold
No,
on.
it's a model
So,
of the physical thing.
What I'm trying to say is, if we live on a physical thing, and if we knew what we lived on and what it looked like, would it be impossible to model that?
Who cares? Models are pseudoscience. It doesn't matter if you can model it or not.
Why is it? Who cares?
Because it's not establishing anything. It's not scientific. It's a pseudoscience.
So the standard model of particle physics, our current understanding of the entire universe is wrong, and it's not. It's pseudoscience. And
when I want to buy a house, I want to see the house. I don't want to see a model of my house.
Let me answer it.
It's pseudoscience, right?
Astrophysics
You know what
is
define a
pseudoscience.
model in science, please.
It's something that makes predictions, right? Model makes
Really?
predictions.
Is that the definition? Cite the source, please.
I don't know the exact definition of the
Hey,
scientific
Nathan,
model.
share my screen.
Sure.
Don't share his screen.
Does a model train make predictions?
Yeah, if it's accurate, 1-to-1.
All right.
Yeah,
Is it up?
absolutely. Would make predictions.
Nathan.
Yeah, you're
A
sharing.
model train.
Yes.
You're sharing, John.
That's what they do. Like, you ever heard of
Yes.
like a wind tunnel? They make models.
Unorthodox now won't shut his mouth, though. He's now going to talk
aerodynamics.
incessantly about nonsense. You watch. Yes, you're presenting, John.
A model is a three-dimensional
Oh,
representation.
Milo can't. Now Milo's
in
gone.
science.
Now Milo
Can
can't
you-
shut his mouth.
Yeah. A model in science, right? This is from Physics About. A model is used for situations when it is known that the hypothesis has a limitation on its validity.
No, that's
From
not the
the
definition.
University of Rochester, the word
just
model
patently
is reserved
absurd.
for situations. Or listen, I don't interrupt you when you're trying to romance the sheep.
Yeah,
So
you do.
don't interrupt me when I'm trying to give you the definition of your word.
No,
The
because
word
you're
model.
wrong.
Here we go again. I'm done. I'm done, Nathan. Go ahead, take me off. I'm finished with these idiots.
Do you not
Yeah.
like being interrupted, John?
It's it. What, these guys are idiots. He's got the definition up on screen and they're saying, no, you're wrong. It's like, what are you talking about? You've got a university definition of it on screen and you don't want to hear it because you're just ignorant. You'd just rather talk over everybody and rumpus the whole hangout.
Why are you mad, John?
Not mad, he's just tired of listening to people talk over him while he's giving an actual definition of something, P.
No, he cherry picks
John,
stuff.
why are
I
you
mean,
mad?
cherry picks. It's a
How was he in his
definition. It's a
email?
citation. If you quote somebody, yeah, you put quote marks around it. If you cite something, you put the citation. It's just a citation.
The last citation he had was from 1982. That I would tell
So
you something.
what? You guys reference stuff from 2,000 years ago. Are you having me on?
When people aren't comfortable with their
Seriously,
beliefs,
are you having me on? You reference stuff from 2,000 years ago. You're worried about something from the 80s. Are you kidding me?
He referenced a textbook specifically.
Yet you reference an apparition that somebody's probably written down in some recent book. You've got no validity or primary sources for this 2,000-year-old absolute horse crap about sticks and shadows, yet you idiots reference it all the time, and you're criticising something from the 80s. You having me on?
Yeah, because he's referencing a textbook from 1982.
So
Obviously,
what? So what? Who cares when it's come from? If it's proven incorrect, prove it incorrect. Don't just say nah.
Can we see Wikipedia?
I've never seen
Wikipedia is not a university. Anybody can enter stuff into Wikipedia. You can't shut your mouths. This is baller tactics. Rumpus the whole hangout.
Can we look at the Wikipedia page for scientific modeling, Nathan?
Wikipedia is entries are from anybody.
No, they're not.
Well, we can use the sources at the bottom.
Oh, can we really? Well, do it. Present it like John has just done, but you didn't let him. You just talked all over him.
John opened an email.
You gave a hand wave. You went, nah.
John opened an email. What are you talking about? He was on
A
Gmail.
citation. Did you even read it, you complete idiot?
Did
Wikipedia
Yeah,
has a
I've
glow
seen
bias.
it dozens of times. I've clicked on the reference.
Right.
What do you mean, right? You gave a hand
anywhere
wave
else?
dismissal and then you talked all over him. You didn't do any research. You didn't go to Wikipedia, which is garbage. You just said, nuh-uh. You're just an asshole. All of you Globers. You've got no arguments. You've got no rebuttals. You don't actually have anything to defend this. We're still waiting for the retractions from people who've omitted perspective and incorrectly applied their mathematics. Where the hell are the retractions?
What makes this definition more valid is my question.
You haven't given any definitions. You gave a hand wave dismissal, you complete idiot. What part of this aren't you getting? You did not cite a damn thing. He did, and you talked all over it.
Orthodox is trying to present a citation.
So what?
Let me find it here first. You guys
See, he's not. He's just said literally. You said he's trying to present something, and the words out of his mouth are, let me find it. Yeah, you guys are pretender clowns. You haven't got a cited reference. You haven't got a citation ready to hand. You're looking it up on the fly, literally scanning through it as we talk. He hasn't got the slightest idea what he's going to find or what he's looking for. You don't have anything to cite. You just pretender clowns. When someone's actually got a cited reference from a university with a link you can click on, so if you wanted him to send it to you, he could. You just talk all over him because you're assholes.
Well, I mean, are you denying that the Wikipedia page for scientific modeling is inaccurate?
Well, what part of it? What are you citing? You're just saying a page. This page is accurate. What? So that makes everything you say valid because you've got a page from Wikipedia up. You're just pretender clowns.
We could understand a scientific model better.
Yeah, you don't need to understand anything about a model and science in the same sentence. It's pseudoscience.
No.
What do you mean no? Here we go. Milo with his yet another hand wave dismissal.
No, because you're saying it's pseudoscience, but
It is. It is not establishing a cause and effect.
but science uses models. You have to.
Science establishes cause and effect.
Science uses models.
Science establishes cause and effect relationships by formulation of hypothesis, which is your prediction. It predicts the cause in a cause and effect relationship. That would be a hypothesis. It is validated by systematic experimentation. That would be the scientific method.
So, Nathan, what do you think meteorologists use? What do you
No
think meteorologists
mention
use?
of models. Models are pseudoscience.
No, they're not though. Scientific modeling.
That's a hand-wave dismissal. I have given an explanation. Science formulates hypotheses. Then you move forward with experimentation of those hypotheses. Your prediction is your hypothesis. Everything about the scientific method is hypothesis-driven.
Let me go back to the straw man, Nathan. Let me define what you're doing here with the straw man.
Oh, shut your mouth. You are the most unbelievable retard I have on this panel in Orthodox. I don't need you to explain a straw man argument to me, you utter buffoon.
Well, you were asking Milo to explain it, so I'm going to go ahead and...
Yeah, I was asking Milu to explain it, so shut your dumb mouth.
Well, so...
Don't stutter, just shut your mouth. You said it. I asked Milo to explain it. He failed.
Right.
Shut your mouth.
Right, so Nathan, what do you think meteorologists use to predict the weather, and you don't think they use models?
Meteorology?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Right.
You guys are using straw mans. Give me one example of straw man we're using.
This is your straw man right now. About meteorology. Do you recognise the straw man, any member of the audience?
What is the straw man?
Something that you build up so you can defend it, claiming victory over the actual point.
No, you're saying that science doesn't use.
Oh, sorry. Are
models
you
that
saying
I'm
that's
showing
not
you.
a straw man? Explain what a straw man argument is, Milo.
No, you're saying that science.
Explain what a straw man argument is, Milo, in your own time.
When I argue against a position that you don't hold, that's a straw man.
When you argue against a position you don't hold, no, that's not a straw man argument.
That you do not hold.
That is not a straw man argument, you idiot.
It is. Yeah. If I argue,
you don't even
against
know
a
what
position,
you're talking about, man.
You don't know what you're talking about. You don't know what a straw man argument is. So you've accused me of something you literally don't understand. You've just explained it incorrectly. You're an idiot.
No, if I argue against a position that you do not hold, I am.
I don't hold. Oh, well, that would be different. You said a position that you don't hold, meaning I don't hold when you said it.
It's just.
So you're using a straw man to rebut his straw man, the thing of his straw man.
No, my rebuttal was we do not live on a model. You said the model is like Earth, therefore the model's right. No, we don't live on a model. And then we went round and round and round in circles, and eventually I got accused of using a straw man argument.
Yeah, let's go back to what a straw man is. I said
No, Milo. We don't need you to explain a straw man. You are stupid.
Right.
Yeah, right. You are indeed stupid. We don't need you to explain anything. You are basically useless.
What was wrong with the definition I gave? What was wrong with the definition I gave?
Bro,
I don't need you to define anything for me, Milo.
Dark.
The time has passed, you idiot.
You not
Milo,
What did I say?
Milo, you said Nathan
Just so
was using
priceless. What did I say? Why am I being called stupid? I don't get it, man. I don't understand. Explain it to me. Explain why I'm a complete idiot. Yeah, okay, Milo. Yeah, you are an idiot. There's no need for any explanation. Anybody watching gets it. And with that, I'm going to say first and foremost a huge, massive thank you to Milo and all of the panel for making this debate possible. And of course, a massive thank you to all of the live audience for tuning in and hopefully sharing this debate. If you hated the show, then you know exactly what to do. But if you liked the show, maybe consider subscribing or sharing with a friend. I've been Nathan Oakley, and I'll see you all in the next video.
Oh, what a day! What a lovely day!